Co-op is full of douchebags. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show. I'm your host, Ian, and tonight on the couch I have just Nick with me. Hi, Nick. What's up?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
It's kind of odd that I was the only one to show up tonight, because usually it's me that can't make it.
Yeah, they are all like protesting. Jared is in Disneyland. Dave is too tired. He did all the snowboarding yesterday and he can't be bothered. Mappy can't make it for whatever reason, and I was gonna just cancel, and so I said no recording tonight. But then Nick really wanted to record tonight, and so I think Aaron kind of bailed just on. I don't know. Aaron might show up. I don't know. We'll see. But so we're here to do Couch Co-op, a podcast about video games generally. Yeah, we're on all the podcasting platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Audible. You can find the show on youtube.com/MilkmanPictures. You can watch it, see our beautiful faces as we talk to you about all things nerdy in the world. Because we don't have this day in gaming history or a demo,
We do.
Oh, did you actually?
I just pulled up something real quick.
Oh, okay. So Nick's doing all the homeworks. He's doing everyone's work. He's just pulling multiple duties tonight.
Yeah.
Which one are you doing? This day in gaming?
This day in gaming, and actually today's a pretty good day just from the looks of it.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah, there's a couple of games that I'm not familiar with, but third one down on the list, 29 years ago in 1996, a little Resident Evil came out for the PlayStation.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and then 25 years ago in the year two, this is just a Japan-only release, but Marvel vs. Capcom 2
Oh, that's a big one.
for the Dreamcast.
Yes. I have that game. Not the Japanese version,
Let's
but
see. And then
I actually have the Japanese version of the PlayStation, the OG PlayStation. It's called Soul Edge, not Soul Calibur, but I have the Japanese import of that game. Anyway, not important.
No, but still fun nonetheless. And let's see, what was the other standout that I just saw quickly? Oh, Final Fantasy 15, 9 years ago for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Wow.
That's probably more of a Jared game than anybody, but
What Final Fantasy?
15?
15? Which one is 15?
Yeah. You got me, but it came out for the PS4 and the Xbox One. 2016 was when it came out.
Oh, that's the one with all the boys and the.
Yeah, it looks like
Stand
the
By Me.
cover has a.
Florence of the Machines does the cover of Stand By Me. Yes, I remember that now. I'm like, Jesus,
Yeah.
that long ago? Fucking A.
Yeah, 2016, 9 years ago.
I was like, what? Didn't that just come out? No, it did not. It did not.
Oh, and today, Virtual Girlfriend just came out for the PC.
Just today? Oh,
I don't know. It says 0 years ago, 2025.
Oh, know what I'm doing later.
I'm looking at, yeah. And I'm sure there's some other games in here that other people will probably shout at me for not mentioning. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with them. But I don't know. Crimson Sea 2 for the PlayStation 2, is it?
I don't know that.
No.
That one doesn't
No.
ring any bells.
Dead or Alive Paradise on the PSP.
I never had a PSP.
Yeah.
I wish I did. Actually,
Thought I did, but-
my phone is now a PSP because I can play
Oh,
PSP
yeah, with
games
your,
on it. Yeah.
With your backbone.
Yeah, and I use the PSP emulator. It's pretty sick.
Mm.
Pretty sick. So I could probably play Dead or Alive Paradise. I should probably look into it.
Yeah. There you go.
Get my
Let's see.
boob physics going.
Yeah.
Good times.
So yeah, I think that's
There you go.
pretty much
This-
all I got. And,
This day in gaming history.
and unfortunately, I didn't play a demo though, so I can't.
I didn't play demo either.
But-
I didn't even think about it.
I thought I saw you mention one though for Dave.
I was trying to get Dave to play. Yeah, because the new pirate is Yakuza pirate, like a dragon. Not Yakuza. It's like a dragon pirate in Hawaii, and it's just like absurd. It looks like an absurd game, and so I was like, I'm hoping Dave plays it, but we'll see.
So kind of a precursor to a
Yeah,
future demo
I can only hope.
segment.
That's even
Yeah.
if he plays it, you know. Clearly, he doesn't want to be on the show. So, what can I
Yeah,
do?
He was
Nick?
snowboarding, so he's probably sore as hell.
Probably.
I mean, shoot,
Though I'm assuming he went snowboarding. He said he went to Timberline. He could have just gone up there for the day. Just hung out, had some whiskey, sat by the fire. Also potentially something he did. But I don't know why you'd be tired the next day. So I'm going to assume snowboarding.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure if I was drinking next to a fire, I'd be pretty tired too.
The next day?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, it depends on how much I drank and how long I was sitting next to that fire.
We drank last night. We
Especially-
drank next to the outside fire at our house. Our little drinking beers and bullshitting.
Yeah, I
and
didn't
I'm
do
awake.
any of that.
I'm awake today. So, what'd you get up to this weekend? Nothing.
A whole lot of well, I'll mention it when we come to the co-optionals or some of it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, went out and tried to run a couple of errands. Well, tried to do something. Didn't quite pan out the way I wanted it to, but also ended up going to a little food cart beer station over at
yes.
Woodstock.
I saw your
The
beer photos.
heist. But more importantly, it was also Brandy she'd been telling me about this one Cambodian food cart that I needed to hit up there, and because I'm usually in the area for work. But it's just one of those things that I just didn't want to venture over there and do it, especially when the pizza place next door just gives me free slices for being
Oh,
awesome.
That's cool.
So, free versus paying for something. But we were in the area and I almost forgot about it. And she mentioned it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's just right down the street. Let's go. So, got to try that out. And
Cool.
it was pretty awesome. Did spring for a little bit of a fried soft shell crab thing, but the sauce that they gave with it was, I really wasn't expecting the heat with it. And
Fire, huh?
yeah, but it was good. It was
Oh,
good.
that's
I used up all the sauce and the rice and everything, and
That's cool.
it probably drank more beer than I intended to. Like I only intended on having one, and it's like, well, I'm out of this first one, and so I guess I'm gonna go brave the line and try and grab another, and that's where round 2 came from.
Cool. Well, speaking of beer,
Yeah,
do you have a beer
what a
battle for us?
segue. I do, and whew, it's one that I tell myself I should never do, but
Uh-oh.
here we are. So a couple weeks ago, we were up at Stormbreaker
Oh, yes.
for
Oh, my God. The triple double
somebody's
IPA.
birthday. Yeah, and it's going to go head to head with little find and a little Thriftway find, Spoils of War, triple IPA.
So on the triple double, it's a double
Or-
IPA, but what is the triple? Is it just the name, or does it have some kind of triple?
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's Grains of Wrath, Spoils of War. It's a triple IPA, and I mean, I've seen triple IPAs go for higher. So I mean,
No, but on the triple double one.
oh,
What is triple
yeah,
on
I think
it? Is it just the name, or is
you
it?
know. Features a triple double of hops with 10.
So there's 3 types of hops doubled.
Yeah, it's Amarilla, Citra, and Mosaic,
All right,
and
gotcha.
so that's and based on the ABV, it's double, clocking in at 8.5,
And the Grains of Wrath is what?
10.2.
What are you doing, buddy?
I mean,
Good thing you don't work tomorrow.
yeah, correct. I'm trying to see what kind of hops are in here, but I'm not seeing it. Anyway, let's get to Kraken. We'll start with the Stormbreaker Triple Double IPA, which Trip Dub. I'm sorry,
Trip Dub,
as the label says.
but it has like blazer colors.
Yeah. And
Blazer adjacent.
being a triple double is
Basketball
getting
term.
a double in
Yeah.
3 different stat columns.
Also, if you look at the logo of the beer, it has kind of a blazer theme. It has kind of the lines,
Yeah,
but not.
I think this is we're supporting the Blazers, but we don't have the official license. Yeah.
The pro wings of Blazer beer. Cool.
But it's a nice little copperish color.
Well, I thought while you are enjoying your first beer that I would also play along, and so I also have a beer battle.
It's a 4-way dance.
It's a 4-way dance. I mean, it's a beer battle duel. We're going with Reuben Brews Brighten Up IPA at I think just 6%. Yeah, it's a 6% ABV. And it will be going up against IPA number 5 from, who's this fucking from? Oh, Groundbreaker
Bodega?
Brewing, GB.
Where are they from?
They're also from here. And it's also 6%. I have 2 6%ers. So
Wait, when you say from here, like, are you saying the
it's-
state of Washington or?
sorry, no. It does. It just says the Pacific Northwest. Where is it
I thought
actually?
Rubens.
Rubens is Seattle.
Yeah.
This one. This is Portland, Oregon. Groundbreaker.
Yeah, it does sound vaguely familiar. I'm not.
I never heard of them, but it's a pretty nice put together can.
I'm drawing a blank where I saw them.
All right, which one should I do first?
Do the Groundbreaker, because that way when Ruben disappoints, if Ruben disappoints you, not that they've ever disappointed me at all in the Couch Co-hop and all.
I've had good Reuben's beers. That one we did on Couch Co-hop was not good. How was yours?
It doesn't taste like a double IPA, and I mean that kind of complimentary because it like I don't really taste the alcohol in it.
Have you been drinking all day?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's good.
I have not. I had that Budweiser, but I just cracked it like a little bit ago, and there's still plenty of it left.
So like,
No.
really smooth. Like, does it have a good taste though, or is it just not kind of?
Yeah, it's actually pretty smooth. Tastes pretty well balanced. There's nothing like really out of the ordinary. I mean, you get the hop taste of the IPA, but it's, I mean, I'm looking at the can like it's going to help me answer that question.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it will.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it 77 IBUs, so I mean, it's not like, I mean,
Well,
it's up there, but
that's
I
a
mean,
bittery
it's,
one, huh?
it doesn't taste that bitter, though.
Oh, really?
I mean, I guess for an IPA, no.
Hmm.
Not for me. I've definitely had some that were like right there in the right near 100 that I don't know, just
Pretty chill.
but I also think I think I might be a fan of Mosaic hops so too, so that
Hmm. And that's
of course
pretty.
I can't
And
really
that's one of their favorite hops over there at Stormbreaker.
I mean, I know my first notable experience with Mosaic was Crux with their half hitch double IPA, which I just thought that was freaking delicious and an awesome double IPA. That's kind of what really made me like Crux, but I may or may not have had a couple of the other beers that just kind of don't match up.
Hmm. Really?
But then I've had, well, I'm thinking more their year-round, um, always available everywhere type beers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, there are other specialty stuff like Tough Love. Tough Love. Those are some other ones of theirs that I really like.
It's kind of funny. Like
But-
certain breweries have like great beers at their like tap house, but their like regular line of beers are kind of meh. And then
Yeah.
there's some that have a great line of beers, and then their tap house beers are kind of meh. It's kind of funny how that is
Like,
sometimes.
Who would fall into that category?
Who would fall into that category? I don't know. I have to think about it.
Like I would always think that going to the tap house would be like the best experience. So I'm really intrigued by the
Generally.
idea of like,
No,
like,
I guess that's not what I mean. Like, I guess what I mean is like their flagship beers versus their rotating beers. Maybe that's what I mean. Like, I think like Frame's flagship beers aren't as, or like Bowie's flagship beers aren't that exciting as like the rotating stuff that they put out. Does that make sense? I guess that's what I actually meant.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Because like I've had like some of the Crux stuff that's been in cans that you can get, whatever. But then when we went to the brewery, I had their Japanese rice lager was really good, and I don't know. It's just like kind of like their flagship. It's funny, like why is this a flagship beer? Like if it's, I don't think it's that great.
Well, it could be also. It's also the moneymaker too, is selling out the I guess the popular stuff, and then make some money off it, and then kind of spend more time and effort on some of these specialty ones that.
And I guess if it's selling, they just want to keep making it, obviously.
And actually, it seemed that Japanese rice lager that they have actually seems to do pretty well.
Oh, it doesn't?
I mean, at least for some of the places I take it to, it seems like it does fairly well. I see it pretty often.
Well, my IPA from Groundbreaker is fine. It tastes like an IPA. Like, you could give it to me, and I would be like, yeah, it's an IPA. There's nothing particularly special.
So you're not looking to try 1 through 4 at all?
1 through 4? Oh. I don't even know if they have 1 through 4. Nick?
No. Oh.
Well. So I guess there is no Aaron tonight. It was
No Mobile Minute. He had one for us.
He did. I'm sorry. I scared him away.
I know.
The what's going on here? What the fuck? Top 3 favorite video games we've never beat. I thought this was a fun little, like, kind of a weird kind of topic. That I was just like, what's a quick one that I could come up with that maybe they could get behind?
Yeah, I was able to fill out my 3 just by tormenting my dog in front of the TV, and just happen to look up and look at all the games that I have there. I'm like, oh, there's 1, 2, there's 3.
There you go. Well, then start us off with number 3, Nick.
Oh, so number 3 is going to be, I mean, there are really no surprises on this list for me. I mean, every entry in this is just going to be, of course it is. But we'll just go with number 3, Tiny Tina's. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Right? Have I already forgotten the name of that stupid game?
It is Tiny Tina's
stupid,
Wonderlands, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know, man. It's been a week. Trying to recall stuff. Anyway,
are you still actively trying to beat it?
It's like I jump in and out just to like kind of progress. But I mean, it's just another entry spin off into that Borderlands genre of loot shooter, except with the added addition of magic. And it's a really fun game, but there's like a certain part that I always end up passing through it, that I always end up having to fight like a horde of enemies, and they always seem to respond way too quickly when I pass through. So, I think the little tediousness of that has kind of just turned me off a little bit to the game. I mean, it hasn't turned me off. It's just...
Did you beat 3?
When I start...
Borderlands 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like every time I think about the game, and plus it's also on disc, it's not digital, so I have to go through that whole thing. Play on the PS5. I know. Ian laughs in digital.
Why did you buy the disc?
No, well, because I bought it for the PS4.
Oh, okay.
And so when I got the PS5, I did the upgrade and...
Oh, but you have to put the disc in anyway because... Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Good times.
I've got that. But,
I want to say it's not a very long game, though.
Probably not, and I don't know how many hours I've put into it, but it's just every time I think about that game and putting it in, I just think of that one section, like right in the snow, where it's like, oh, I gotta fight through this horde of enemies. The snow and the frozen lake over there, and just like going back and forth, going through. It's like I would just love to like move past it and get on with the game, but I sometimes, in an effort to make like some of these story quests a little easier, I'll engage in a lot of side quests just to build myself up, get some experience, and so on and so forth. And of course, I'm also very much a pack rat, and I just love to resell just about everything I get my hands on. So it's like 50 trips to the vending machines just to sell stuff.
Dude, but I think isn't that one... I think there's a new... In the update, you can set it up where it'll auto-sell stuff you pick up now.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
So, like, you can select, like, which color weapons you want it to auto-sell or what it to store. So when you pick stuff up, it'll just sell it.
Maybe I haven't played since that update.
Yeah. I popped in just to see what it was like. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I wish I had this when I was playing it.
Yeah, I mean, God, I wish every Borderlands game had that.
Right? Yeah, you
because
should try it.
yeah, it's because
Yeah,
it's like if I'm not, I'm like yeah, because I'm sitting here making trips to vending machines to sell stuff, so I can save up money, so I can buy up more space in my
right.
to carry crap. I mean, it's this never-ending cycle of because I also because when I do find like good weapons and stuff, it's like, should I sell it? Should I keep it? Maybe I'll need it later, and it's like,
Right.
it's just just pack rat things.
100%. No, I mean, I would like, I get like feel I like, it's like that point where you're like, I look at the ground and I look at the price of the crappy weapons, and so I'm like just trying to like get the ones that are the most money, and so like, and then when I get my thing is full, then I have to go through and like, I'll go through and I'll be like, this is cheap. This is only like a $2,000 weapon. Get rid of it. And I'll toss like the cheap ones out, and then I'll like pick up the $10,000, $15,000 weapons, even though they're crappy weapons, just so I can maximize my money. It would have been so useful to have this like update where like it just fucking sells it. Then you don't have to worry about your fucking stuff you can carry anyway.
And Borderlands, I think it was 3 that introduced the whole idea of you have like a can't think of what it is. It's some sort of machine that like you don't actually like a certain level of weapon and above.
Oh, right. Like the special
it
ones,
will-
it'll like
Yeah.
so you won't lose them.
Yeah.
Like your I don't know what it's called, but yeah, there's like a machine that you go to at the end at your base, and like you can access it, and it'll throw out weapons that you missed.
Mm-hmm. And there's another thing that you can spend money on that you can expand more storage for that. So you can
exactly.
Another vicious cycle, but I can't remember if Tiny Tina's had that or not.
It does have it. It does have it.
Okay,
yes, it does have it. Yep, they did keep that. It's in like the bar area. It's like a bar.
Okay.
By a vault that you can store weapons into. Yeah, all right. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, number 3. Awesome. My number 3 is a game I've talked about back in the day a lot. It's a old school Nintendo game that I like quite. It's like one of my favorite Nintendo games.
Nintendo NES, Super
NES,
Nintendo?
NES.
Okay.
It's the game that I would love to see a current sequel for. It's a little game called Kabuki Quantum Fighter. You run around and you kill things with your long hair. Yeah, it's a weird game. I love it. It's bizarre. Has cool music, but I've never beat it. And maybe I should try and beat it because I think Mappy can like speedrun it in like an hour or some shit. I don't know.
So if he was here, he could tell us.
He could probably tell us, but I'm pretty sure he's speedrun this before. I know people speedrun it. I just don't have patience for Nintendo games, but I do like this one, and I would love to see this game updated in like a more current contemporary video game, but it'll probably never happen. But yeah, cool game. I don't know.
How'd you come across it?
Oh, we rented this back in the day.
Oh,
and it's just one of those wild. Kind of, it's like a side scroller, like Castlevania or some shit. But I think it's cooler. Instead of a whip, you have a whip hair.
You whip your hair back and forth. Willow Smith.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. It's about a guy who goes into a computer system to fight evil. But for some reason, as a Kabuki fighter, I don't know why. I don't remember. I should go back and actually Dave found this for me, and then we replayed it a few other levels. It's kind of tough, and it explains the story. And now I can't even remember the story now, except for the fact that he's a guy who gets into the computer system. And anyway, cool game. But whatever. I should beat it. For how lovingly I talk about it a lot, and it's on a lot of my lists, I've never beaten it. So I feel kind of guilty that I haven't beat it. So
I can't remember. Do you have an NES that works?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it works perfectly fine. Indeed. All my consoles work, buddy. Except my fat PS3.
What's wrong with that? I mean, that'll probably be a...
The fat PS3? What happens to fat PS3s is what's wrong with it. The yeah.
Yeah. Hair dryer?
Yes.
Kind of like what I was doing?
I've done it twice, and I just like, I gave up. I was like, I'm done. Buy a new PS3. All right, what's your number 2? Oh, wait, you just finished that beer. How is that beer? You like it?
Really good, really smooth. Yes, I am. It's... Yeah, it definitely does not taste like an 8.5, so this might be a little bit troublesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a very well, like even just like there's like nothing overly lingering afterward. No, it's just a very good beer.
I think Stormbreaker makes some great beers, but I was so disappointed on those Japanese lagers. I don't know. I was like, of all the, they were just very mid to me.
I mean, I wasn't disappointed with them. I liked them, but I mean,
really,
Well, I mean, they're not favorites. I mean, I'm going right in the center with them, but
I guess knowing the quality of their other beers, I was let down by.
Yeah, you kind of had the bar set high,
right?
And
I feel like the lager just whatever. Anyway, we're talking about this now, but whatever that Japanese lager is before it gets aged, I just feel like it's probably not very good because it doesn't have much of a. I don't feel like it had much of a presence in the beer to begin with. I don't know. That was just my kind of opinion.
Yeah.
All right, he's going on to the other one. Grains of Wrath. Wrath of Grains? What is it?
Grains of Wrath instead of Grapes of Wrath.
Yes. And what's the name of the beer?
It is
You Will
Spoils
Die,
of War.
Oh,
yeah,
Nick's
spoils,
about to spoil something.
There's going to be a war here in just a second.
Is that one even lighter? No, it's about the same color.
Yeah. Just a little bit more head. A lot of head,
sugar.
probably more.
More malty, probably, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of the thing about triples is that they really start malting it up to mask the alcohol flavor.
Ooh. Just that quick little taste.
Rocket fuel?
Yeah. No, it was kind of more. I mean, it was just a sip off the rim, so it's like I didn't really get any alcohol flavor, but just kind of a more malty burst of something. Malty sugary burst, I should say, because there was a bit of sweetness there. I'm sure if I spilled this, it would really be sticky. But anyway, I think you were about to ask me my number 2.
I was.
So no big surprise, no shocker here. Fallout 4. I know.
That's right. You still haven't beat that fucking yet? That's right.
Nope. Yeah.
That's wild. What year is this? How old is that game?
Its 10th birthday will be this fall. And I bought it in 2018.
That's wild. That's wild. And you have like probably 100 times the hours I have in it.
And not only that, but I mean, it's. I think I've probably told this before, but told my buddy Jake about like what level I was at, just because I've spent a lot of time just doing settlement building and just because you get experience for doing all that stuff. And I told him what level I was at, and he's like, Jesus, that's like double any of the characters I get that actually beats the game.
Right.
So I'm sitting here at like 100 something.
Do you have most of the perks unlocked?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah. I mean, there's still plenty of things that I need to unlock once I hit another level. But I mean, as far as hitting the ones that are generally most important to me, I've unlocked them all. Like all my special stats are filled, and um, you know, got a lot of the other little ones too.
Do you even have an interest to beat the game, or do you not even care?
I mean, I have a small interest, I guess, um, just to be able to post it on the. And it's going to be such a momentous occasion when I finally get to post the
Oh, the
picture
fireworks. Yes.
on that channel. But at the same point, it's I'm also kind of running. I've kind of run into a spot where um, I don't know who to side with, and I always
I mean, you could do it
always
twice.
struggle with. I know, but I don't know. I always those kind of choices always kind of I struggle with just because it's like I kind of want the best outcome for my character, but at this, I mean, realistically, I should be playing just to like play all of the endings,
Right.
just to see what happens. But for some reason, it's like I always have to stick with the best one first, and then I can go do the other ones. But it's like there is no best, and it's kind of like, well, what do I do? Well, I guess I'll just go fuck with this settlement for a while. Maybe we'll build them something like an outhouse or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I always felt like
Maybe.
I always felt like there was at least to some degree. I felt like this is the better choice. But I don't know. It is more gray area in Fallout 4.
Yeah, it's all gray area. It's like there's nobody's really pure good or pure evil. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to make a choice and stick with it if I'm gonna get to that. I mean, I've also got like other little reasons for like advancing certain things. Like I think I want to get Bunker Hill as like a settlement at some point, so I'm gonna have to go through one. I think I'm gonna have to make a choice to do that. Maybe.
What is Bunker Hill? Do I have that?
It's like where all the people who sell shit are kind of based out of.
Oh, right.
Like when all the caravans when they go wandering about, that's like kind of their home base.
Right. I didn't do anything with that. I just pretty much annoyed that. That's funny.
But yeah, like I guess once I decide what I want to do, then I'll move forward. And maybe I'll beat the game, or if not, I'll just continue to go out and farm more gear for my settlers because I want them to be well equipped.
I think when I first played it, I mean, even though I modded it and stuff, I beat the game rather fast. And then I just kind of fucked around and just ran around and just wandered the earth, and I'd come across something and I'd do the quest or I'd deal with my settlers. And I found that more kind of just I don't know, just kind of walking the earth, solving problems. And I felt like that was more kind of what I felt like Fallout would be in the real world if I was in it, as opposed to having this driven, like having to like do this story. So I don't know. That's kind of how I would play Skyrim. Like when I first played Skyrim, obviously I played through the story. But then when I modded Skyrim, I would run through the story just to beat it and get all the power, whatever. But then I wouldn't do any of the side quests, so that when the whole main stuff is done, then I could just walk around, and then someone would be like, "Oh, blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll check it out for you," like. But I wasn't weighted down by this story that I had to like finish. I could just, I don't know.
I don't necessarily feel like I'm weighed down by it. It's just, I guess I am, because I just don't know which direction to go. But at the same point, it's guess I'm still wondering if I even care that much about the story.
Well, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. My son is now older than me, and
So do you kill him? You know, that's the question.
yeah. Son.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to like have an open world game where like it really felt like there were no, like there is really no campaign, but you stumble upon something and then it creates a story that you just go out and experience. Like, oh, I came across this. Oh, well, you should go do this and see where that goes. And it just like kind of, I don't know, instead of like
kind of creates a story instead of
Yeah.
already has one.
or like they've
Yeah.
created a million different things, but there's no like set campaign. Like,
Yeah, there's no main story. It's
but each little
the side
story could
the
be
side
a very
quest becomes the main quest.
right, but it could be like this really epic story but like maybe someone would never never come across it, you know, like someone may never go to that hut and like turn in the dog to the old lady and then she's like, well, you need to go here. Maybe no one does that ever, or a couple people do, you know. I don't know, it'd be funny to like have something that it was just, but like I understand that the amount of work to go into that would be wild, but
Actually, that kind of reminds me of like some choose your own adventure books.
right.
Like, because you could like choose a certain path, and like next thing you know, it's like, you know, you only make 3 choices, and somehow you're already done with that storyline. So then you go back and then you kind of make a different choice, and then it kind of gets a little more in depth. And
I guess it could be kind of like Baldur's Gate, but even then, Baldur's Gate still at the end funnels you down a path. Like, it'd be cool if it just never funneled you down a path. Anyway. My number 2. And I've been trying to beat this for a very long time. And I've been playing it for a very long time. I can't remember when I bought this. But it's Metal Gear Survive. And I bought this cheap after it came out because it bombed and no one wanted to play it. And I wanted to give it a try. And then I love this game. I think this game is a lot of fun. It's weird. It's a lot of that kind of like settlement.
Kojima.
But it's like a lot of settlement, so it's, you know, building your settlement and crafting stuff, and
Then it's a game after my own heart.
yeah, it's like a survival crafting game with a story and some Metal Gear stuff thrown in there. So it's a lot of fun, and it's not like co-op or anything. It's like it has some co-op stuff you can do, but it's a single player game. So you're just kind of searching, you're trying to figure out what's going on, you're gathering resources to make your base better, making everyone happy. You rescue people that then come to your base and focus on like growing vegetables or something, whatever. I don't know. And then it has this weird story that you're trying to escape this weird land world you're in. You're trying to go back to regular world. You're in this weird zombie world. And I don't know. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. It really hit with me. But I just
When it
what?
Oh, I was going to ask, when did it come out?
Oh, when did this come out?
I mean, I guess
As I
could've
try to
looked
stare
it
at
up.
with my bad eyes, I try to look at the date on here.
Mm.
God, it's so small, Nick.
2008?
2008? Is it that
2008 for a PS4 game?
one? Maybe not 2008. I can't fucking read this, dude. No, you're right. It can't be 2008.
Oh,
It has
2018.
2018. Oh, is that what it is? There's a 1 in there?
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there is a 1 in there. Anyway, so I've been playing this game off and on forever. And I'm at the end, and it's super hard, and I don't know if I'm going to get it done. So I've put it down again. I've deleted it off my system. And
No.
maybe at some point, well, no, it's something I do. I'll play it. I'll install it. I'll play it for like, and then I'll like, okay, nah,
Are you
delete.
playing it on your 4 or your 5?
Both.
Oh.
It's only a yeah. So the save just cross saved, so it just goes back and forth basically.
Okay, so
Cloud save it, but yeah. So like when I feel like playing it, I was playing it on my PS5, and then I think I streamed a little bit of it back in the day, so I put it on my PS4 for a while, and then recently I played it on my PS5 again. But then all the new games with Monster Hunter and Assassin's Creed dropping, and those games are huge. I had to make some room, so I deleted it. I might still actually be on my PS4 actually, but so I'm taking a break from it again. Still haven't beat it, but I love that game. I really want to beat it, so maybe someday I will beat it, but not today.
wow, so apparently it was not very well received.
No, it was not well received. It's the first Metal Gear game where Kojima wasn't involved, because like right after Kojima left Konami, they announced this game, and so everyone was like very against it because it's like, oh, it can't be a Metal Gear game without Kojima. And then it was a survival crafting game, and no one wanted that.
I think I want this game now.
Oh, it's cheap. Yeah, you can get it, and it's cheap. You can get it digitally, usually pretty cheap, for like under $10 usually. Yeah. Or you can have my disc version. I have it. I actually bought it digitally, so I don't even use the disc version.
Dude, I'll probably save money by just buying it myself rather than driving up to your place.
Right? But no, it's fun. I like it a lot. It's weird. It's a weird game, but it's fun. I like it. So then it has like some tower defense stuff, because then you deal with hordes of like these. They're not zombies, but they're basically zombies, and you set up your little structures and you fight them, because they'll attack. I don't know. Survival, crafting, tactical stealth stuff you can do. I don't know. It's fun.
It's $20 on Amazon.
Oh, you can get it cheaper than that, bro.
Yeah.
You should look at you actually should look at the PlayStation Spring Sale. It might actually be on sale on that, the PSN Spring Sale. But
no, that's Steam, you idiot. Sorry, I'm yelling at myself.
Oh, Nick.
Even though I'm not yelling.
Yell. So, what's your number one?
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
What?
Yes.
I think you talked about this a couple. We talked about San Andreas. Why were we talking about San Andreas? I don't remember, but we were talking about it.
I don't know, because I was probably drinking, and so all the brain cells that I use for memory were probably perished. But no, that was more back when I played GTA games with cheat codes, and there's this sort of fatal flaw in the game where you get to a certain point and you're supposed to do something. You're supposed to save somebody jumping off a building, but the glitch in the game is the guy jumps before you even have a chance to react, so you're essentially stuck.
What? I don't remember this.
Yeah, so there's a character, and it's been years since I've played, but there's a character that you're supposed to drive a truck and try and catch him as he jumps off a building. You're supposed to catch him, and he's supposed to land in the bed of the truck, and you save him versus him splatting himself on the ground.
I don't remember this.
But if you do like cheat codes and stuff in this, it may set off a glitch where it's the guy ends up jumping even before right after a cutscene, like right when you're supposed to jump in, he immediately jumps instead of I guess giving you a few seconds to jump in the truck and move into position.
Gotcha.
And it was a known glitch that I looked up because I was getting frustrated because I couldn't I didn't have any time to react to save him, and sure enough I look it up and it's a glitch and everything, and it just kind of killed me just because I basically have to start all over.
Right. Right.
and just to progress. And it's like, I don't want to do that. I mean, like, because it's like I mean, it's not like early in the game. This is like pretty far in the game. It's like when you go into whatever they're.
I don't remember San Andreas that well, except that.
I mean,
Sam
it's
Jackson
kind
voice
of
the
like
character?
Yes, he does. He's Officer Tenpenny, I think. He's a
Yes.
cop. Yeah, there's actually a lot of big names in that game.
And then you do a lot of where you kill the rival gangs for territory.
Yeah, and that's kind of like earlier on in the game. You kind of can capture territories.
I'm remembering beating the game now. I remember beating that game.
Like it was what I really loved about that game was like just the progression of
eating hamburgers and exercising on a bike.
Or you could just eat the burgers and get fat. But I mean, no, it was such a great progression. Like even just being on the same generation of system on the PS2, just to see like you look at Grand Theft Auto 3 and just like what you could do there versus like just like what they managed to pack in. Like you go there, Vice City, into San Andreas, and just like see all the stuff that they kind of packed into that game. I mean, like you can swim. You couldn't do that in the other games. It's you fall in water, it's instant death. And you can fly a jet in San Andreas. It's just I don't know. It was just kind of a.
I never played with the cheat codes though. Why did you do the cheat codes?
Just part of it was I would just get a kick out of just like having just badass weapons. Like I mean, there are times where it's just sometimes I just want to go on a rampage and just kind of slaughter people. Just for no reason. So there was a lot of that. I mean, that was pretty much. I know. I mean, that was pretty much how I played all my Grand Theft Auto games up until 4. Was just just cheat codes.
Is that the only one you haven't beat? Of the main ones?
I think. Well, no, I haven't really beat 5 because I haven't really played it much. Oh. But I want to say, I mean, excluding 5, I would say yes. That's the only one that I haven't beat because I know I've beat 3. I'm pretty positive I beat Vice City. I don't remember because it's far too many years ago. I know I beat GTA 4.
Vice City ends the same way Scarface does, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember watching Scarface and it's like, oh, well.
Well, I think he even says lines from Scarface in Vice City.
Yeah.
Why didn't you did you not like GTA 5 or did you just never get it?
I have it. Oh. It's I don't know. It's
because it's very San Andreas-y.
Like it grabbed me. I know, and everything about it should have been like the penultimate version of Grand Theft Auto for me, and I don't know if I just I don't know, for whatever reason, like I bought it for the PS3, the PS3 and the PS4, and like when I bought the PS3 version, I played about 15 minutes of it, and I put it down and didn't touch it for years, and then I jumped back into it before I got a PS4, and I actually put a little bit of time into it, and I was enjoying it, but then I just put it down again, and that was it. Yeah, and I have no like when GTA 4 came out, that was that was the major reason why I ended up getting a PS3. I didn't have a PS3 up to that point, but there was a GTA 4 coming out. I was like, I gotta get that, and that was like one of the first games that I got, and so it's just weird how I guess I was so kind of in love with this franchise that just once 5 came out, it just, for whatever reason, it just didn't, I guess, click with me or whatever. Or
5 clicked with me
Like-
more than 4. Like, I've never been the biggest. I mean, I like GTA, but I've never been the biggest GTA fan. And 4 I had a really hard time with. But in fact, like I played it and then put it down, and it was years later till I went back and like beat it. But GTA 5 I actually went through pretty quickly. Actually, I mean I still have my own issues with it, but and I'm actually really excited for 6. But yeah, it's weird how like certain games like you love them, that style, but like you can play it and then be like, I don't know, okay. It's funny how you can be kind of done.
it's-
You can just kind of be done.
Yeah, and I in 5 was, I didn't even look up cheat codes for anything for it. I just kind of played it like normal. And that shouldn't really have anything to do with it because I wasn't having any difficulty with it at all. I mean, I was progressing the story, playing it legit.
And those games, like really, GTA isn't really a difficult game. It's just it just
No.
asks so much of you. It's just such a huge time sink, really.
Maybe.
It's involved, and you're running around, and they make you go from here to there, and you're just like, oh, okay.
I mean, maybe I didn't like the switching between 3 different main characters. I mean, I'm not saying that's the case, but I don't know.
I actually like that more than I thought I was going to.
Mm.
I think if the game had centered around just one of those characters, I would have probably bailed on it sooner. At least the kind of narrative of them all having different personalities. But I think Michael was the most interesting, really, because it's like kind of the Tony Soprano character. He's like in counseling, and he's a mobster, but he's trying to like deal with his family, and it's the most funny. You know, what's the other
Trevor, the
Trevor, the fucking psychopath, which is I don't know.
guy that looks like a meth head type.
It is what it is. I like. That's just he's a shock value character, and then the other character was Jefferson, or what is his name?
Was it Frederick?
Frederick? I don't know. I was like, oh, this is
I
just
don't
like
know either.
this is just kind of a callback to San Andreas character. I felt like that was the most kind of redundant character of the 3.
Mm.
I don't know.
Maybe that was the other thing is maybe I was expecting more of a San Andreas feel to it, like maybe more
Oh, I see what you're saying.
like kind of more of a maybe I get to see CJ and maybe relive that sort of thing and
more
do like the
callback
whole
stuff.
do the whole gang thing again. But I guess
This was more the broader California
Mhm.
than the kind
yeah.
of like
And then they didn't
Compton,
have
Oakland thing.
and then I don't think they had the Nevada Vegas piece in there like they did in San Andreas.
I don't remember that part.
Well, that was where I got stuck was I was on the verge of going into that city, like the story evolving into that part, and yeah, so I can progress at that point. And I think I did eventually like do another playthrough where I didn't use cheats, and then I found myself getting stuck on a stupid airplane mission. It's like, fuck this.
Is that where they
So I did-
introduce like the skydiving, parachuting in that game, or was that in 4?
I mean, I do believe there is a parachute because I remember like cheat spawning a jet of some kind and then jumping out, and because I would do that on accident sometimes, like I'm trying to push buttons and then I accidentally hit the eject button and well, there goes CJ, he's jumping out of the airplane. But
So, do you have any interest in GTA 6, or are you just gonna like sit this one out?
no, I'm still intrigued, and I probably will get it, and I'll probably sit next to 5 collecting dust. But I mean, to be fair, I probably still need to give 5 an actual. See, that's the other thing. It's like because when 5 came out, it was kind of in that weird time where it was PS3 and PS4 launch, and I can't remember what it was, but I believe there were some features in the PS4 version that weren't available on 3. There was something that was available on 4 that wasn't available on 3.
There was no. So when it launched, none of the online stuff was available yet.
Oh, okay.
And so that came out like a month later. Which is wild because that is their moneymaker and the whole reason that thing has survived for so as wild.
Right.
I mean, that thing has a life. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be so interesting, like how that's gonna handle itself too. Like, do they even put an online mode in GTA 6, or they just like continue on with the current online? Because like if they introduce another one, it's gonna eat into the other one. I don't know. It's wild.
So here's a thought: is there a way that you could have both?
I mean, they can't exist within each other, but they can both run. I mean, they'll probably never shut down.
But I mean, is there a way to have a character be in one and then?
Oh, probably.
Create like a thing to where you can.
Oh, go back and forth.
You can travel back and forth.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Because I imagine there's some people that don't want to give up their characters and start fresh.
I mean, my character... You know what's funny about my character is that because it's tied to... It's a Rockstar game, and so like my online character, because I have a save file from Red Dead Redemption, it allows you to choose for my online character's heritage. She comes from the blood of what is the Red Dead character's name?
John Marston or
John Marston?
Arthur?
Yeah, John Marston.
Okay.
Yeah. So like my character kind of looks like him in a way. Like there's features, and that's her lineage. Is that her great grandfather is John Marston? It's like wild. Anyway, it's kind of funny. But I would imagine that there's a way to like easily transfer the character's looks and stuff. But I imagine they won't allow you to like carry your stats over to the new game because they'll want you to start all over. You know? So I don't know. I'd imagine they're not going to let you do that, but you never know. Cool. Well, Grand Theft Auto.
Interesting note.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I was going to say, interesting note. When I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2, those were 2 games that I did not actually seek out cheat codes. I don't even know if they exist for those 2 games, actually. But
I don't know.
Funny enough, I played those ones straight.
You beat them both?
Yeah.
See? Look at that. I beat the first one. I couldn't beat the second one. I gave up on the second one. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel bad about that.
Yeah, I know how you feel about that game.
But my number 1, this is gonna be fun. Here's a game I have 100 some hours in. It was my game of the year that year. Jared and I love this game. We've played it cooperatively. I've beaten what many would consider the 2 most difficult bosses in the game. But for whatever reason, I just haven't fought the last boss and beat the game. And that game is Elden Ring.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I played the shit out of that game. I beat all the bosses except for the final one. And I'm just there, and I just haven't gone back to do it. I don't know. I don't know why. So, and I may never do it. It's weird. I don't feel the pull to do it. I'm fine. I don't know. I love that game so much. Maybe I'm betraying it by not beating it, but Yeah, I've never actually beat that game, so it's funny to me. But it's one of my most favorite games of all time, and my time with it I really enjoyed. I feel like I played the shit out of that game, but I don't know. I just
Has anybody on the couch beat it?
Jared has.
Okay. Did you already say that? And I was
Oh, maybe.
no.
I don't know if I actually said Jared beat
Sorry.
it. Jared and I played it
No,
together.
I
But don't
noticed
know-
you said that. I just
I don't think I said it when I was talking. No.
okay.
I know Ryan and Aaron have tried to play it. Justin Daniels, Fuzz Vega, he beat it. He's kind of on the couch, adjacent.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's out doing his own thing. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's weird. Jared would probably chastise me when he hears this, he's gonna be like, "What?" But
Yeah, well, when he's busy taking a break from all the rides.
when he's taking a break in those hour-long waits in the lines.
hmm
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's my that's almost a guilt. I guess I don't know if I feel guilty about it, but yeah, I guess it's kind of like with you in Fallout 4. I like just being in the world and just kind of running around and doing stuff. I wish there was still kind of just random story content in the world, because the game is kind of over once you've destroyed it, like I have.
Yeah, that was actually something I was going to ask you back when you were talking about Skyrim. I've probably asked you this before, though, but so it's just to circle back to Fallout 3, and I should say Fallout 3 without the DLC or without Broken Steel, and then Fallout New Vegas. Neither one of those games, you can't beat the game and then go back. It's like you can run around up to a certain point, and then once you even New Vegas gives you a warning. It's like, hey, at this point, it's like you pretty much have to commit to beating the game, otherwise.
Right.
But Fallout 3, there's that asterisk where if you don't have Broken Steel, it's kind of the same deal. It's like you can't go back into the game after you beat the game.
Right.
But once you get Broken Steel, then you can. What's Skyrim like? Is Skyrim like that at all? Or?
No, Skyrim, you can do the final
Like-
mission, and then once you've beaten it, you can just go right back out into the game and
Okay.
clean up stuff. Or yeah, so that's one of the reasons. Like I've played the main story of that game so many times, because I'll just get OP, and I'll basically do the main quest line as I develop my character, creating and finding the weapons and whatever mods I'm doing, and I'll beat the game, and then I'll just go around and just do whatever I want, or install new different story mods or whatever. And it's just a fun world to totally actually sandbox in. Yeah, there are definitely certain games where you can't do that. But Fallout 4 is one of those games where you can beat the game and then still just go back out and just exist in the game. And I like that. I like being able to just kind of...
Yeah, I do too. And that's one thing I don't like about New Vegas, is that you can't do that. Because there's actually some, you can actually loot the final boss and get this actually killer sword, but the fuck are you going to do with it? Because you beat him and now you're at the end of the game.
Right.
It's like, I mean, there might be some mods available for it, but
I guess that's the cool thing. Borderlands allows you to do that too. You can beat the boss, and then you can just kind of hang out and run around and do other. I mean, I know they have kind of other quests they can do, but it's like even Assassin's Creed. I'm playing Assassin's Creed right now. You could all the other open world Assassin's Creed. You can beat the main campaign, and then you can, once you've beaten it, you can go back out into the world and finish up other side quests. And then they have daily quests you can do and earn other stuff, and just kind of run around and keep doing the game. And I like that, because sometimes, hey, I won. I won the story, but I still like to be this badass character in this cool sandbox.
Yeah.
I just want to keep doing it, and it's I like that I like those type of games. You know, when I
Yeah, you build up this character, and then it's
Right.
like, well, now you're done.
Yeah,
It's like, well,
I don't want to be
what
done.
was all this?
I want to rip
Yeah.
shit up.
You know, I turn myself into like some super badass, and now I can't go run around and flex
Right.
somewhere.
100%. So, but yeah, Skyrim totally allows you to do that. I would imagine. I think Starfield, which I haven't really gone back to because I've been playing all these other games, but Starfield does that, but it does it in a very unique way, where then your character, supposedly, once you beat the game, I guess, you keep your character. It's kind of like a New Game Plus, but not exactly, where it kind of loops around.
Oh, kind of like Borderlands.
Yeah, and you keep all the knowledge, but it allows you to interact with people differently. So you have all the knowledge, so you can make choices different. I don't know. Anyway, it's you're basically the same character. I don't know. Anyway, but you could still finish up quests and stuff, but then it allows you to do different things. I guess I don't know. It's supposed to be pretty cool if I ever get there, because I don't know, man. Maybe I just need a more powerful PC. It's totally playable on mine, but I'm kind of. I wish. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll get a new PC. But anyway, yeah, that's our top 3 favorite games that we've never beat
That we've never beat.
and may never.
Just depends.
Did you finish your second beer?
I did. Hmm.
And which one do you like better?
I do like this Grains of Wrath, Spoils of War.
Yeah. Is it? So what does it taste like? What is it? How's it feel?
Feels good, man.
Feels good.
Feels good.
It feels drunk, is what it feels.
I mean, it definitely feels every 10.2% that in every drop. But
good.
no, it was just, I mean, another very good balance of everything. Nothing too overwhelming except maybe the alcohol. No, not even the alcohol. I mean that more as how it's hitting me now as I ramble.
What other triples do you think you put it up against? That maybe it's better. That perhaps it's better then, but you don't know until we battle.
I mean, I don't know if. I mean, it's almost Waldo season.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was kind of like leading you to this. Waldo. Is it better than that or no?
I don't know if it's better than Waldo, but I mean, it would definitely put up a good fight.
A contender.
Yeah, definitely. It's it also was pretty smooth. Nice little. I mean, yeah, you've got that sugary maltiness that is there. That
kind of standard with those type of beers.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it was still good.
Where's Grains of Wrath from?
Yeah.
Where is that? Portland?
They're Portland.
They're Portland.
They're Portland. I don't know where, but I guess I should look real quick. But I mean, no, that one was. Yeah, it's definitely not New Belgium rocket fuel. That's for sure. But no, it was just like there was nothing like that was like overly done with it. It was. Oh no, I lied.
Uh-oh.
I lied. I am such a liar. Shame, shame, shame.
California.
Ding, ding, shame, shame. No.
No.
Camas, Washington.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Oh man, we should figure out.
Yeah.
Take a trip out there.
Absolutely.
Camas is kind of a cool town to like hang out in.
Yeah, I remember when it's just a stinky ass paper mill town.
Yeah, no, it's getting this kind of. Well, the paper mill's not even. I mean, it's still there, but it's not open anymore.
Right.
This is kind of cool though. Like, there's this place called Caps and Taps. It's basically a a tap house, and then also a bottle shop on like their Camus's Main Street. And last summer, the Exquisite Taste of Plain Water played a show there, and I took a bunch of photos, and I sent them to the band, and then they sent them and posted them. Anyway, Caps and Tap. One of the photos is the outside of their place, their bar, or whatever you want to call it, tap house. It's black and white. It's a cool photo, and they really liked it, so they use it as their Facebook like page photo. Yeah.
Right.
So if you go to their Facebook page, their header
Their
photo
banner.
is my photo. But I guess they're doing the owner. She I guess Downtown Camus Association is having a black and white photo competition, and she submitted that photo for the competition. Credited it to me, of course. She's like, she let me know then that, hey, if you don't want to do this, let me know. But I submitted this. I think it's a cool photo. It's like, oh, that's very cool, very nice of you, awesome. So like Friday, the Friday should find out if I've won or not. But I'm gonna say.
Friday?
I'm probably not gonna win, but because I don't win anything, but it was just kind of cool. But if you do go to the Caps and Taps Facebook page, my photos
In
there.
Camus.
But anyway, Camus, what a tangent that was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, Grains of Wrath. Yeah, you should go check that place out.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And then what the hell's in Washougal?
Washougal is.
I feel like there's
is that backwards
there's a
or
brewery-
everybody's.
Probably everybody's, because Backwoods is up 14 if you're going to go into Carson.
Oh, like Stevenson, Carson areas. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's everybody's is Washougal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Grains
There's
of Wrath was
reasons
in
to-
Camus. That's wild.
I didn't either. I would have sworn I swear I looked them up and they were in Portland.
Don't
But
they have another like big beer that you guys all like? Isn't there like a beer that, like a stout
Grains
of
of
some
Wrath?
sort?
I don't.
Oh, I don't know. I thought there was like a. I see them a lot. I just I figured there's like a beer that you guys all like from them. Maybe not.
That might be more of a. Jared might know more about that than me. But
Gotcha.
No,
So that one's gonna take it over the triple double.
it is. Yeah, sorry. Yep, giving Camus some love. After I've hated Camus for years.
Why do you hate Camus?
Well, just because of the paper mill
Oh.
and the smell.
You don't even you live in Canby. How do you know what it smells like? I live in Vancouver.
Because back in the 90s, I may or may not have worked off Airport Way, and when the wind would kick in a certain way, some gross, meaty smell that just, ugh.
The smell of men.
Yeah, and it'd be the same smell that I'd get when I drive through Albany heading south.
Same smell I get when I drive through a Honey Bucket. Well, my beers, the number 5 and the
Oh, that's right.
Brighten
Yeah,
Up.
The Lou Bega versus
So we got the
the
Portland.
Reuben sandwich.
We got the Portland Brewery versus the Seattle Brewery. I'm actually going to go with the Reubens on this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like that one.
Why?
better. Well, I think it's a little more balanced. Like, I guess this is really just preference on hoppiness. Both the same alcohol content, but I feel like the number 5 has a more hop forward taste, and I feel like the Reubens is a little mild or a little more balanced into the beer. Still hoppy, but it's just like, I think it's just a little more easy drinking. As a guy who's not like the biggest IPA fan, I think but I think either is a good beer. But I'm going to go, just for my personal taste buds, I'm going to go with the Reubens.
Hooray.
Hooray!
A little redemption for Rubens after the last
Yeah, that other beer.
thing.
Because Jared and I have drank a lot of Rubens beers, actually. And I've always had a pretty good, I've been pretty okay with them. But that beer we had on Couch Co-op, man, was just, what the fuck? Not impressed. Or just really surprised about what it was, I guess. All right. I guess, tell me, Nick, about your Couch Co-optional.
Yeah, so yesterday's. So I've and I kind of wish Scott was here for this because he kind of helped me purge me of some of my VHS collection a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
But I was still stuck with a bunch of them.
Like
So
he came and got some.
yeah, like he picked up a bunch of Disney
Oh really?
ones from me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even know that. You guys are a little side
So-
hustle on the side.
hmm Well, probably for him because I don't know if he sold them or what, but
Mm.
whatever. Good for him. It's a headache I didn't want to deal with. So if he did it and made some money, good for him. It's anyway. So last weekend I went to Reddit and went to Portland, a couple of different Portland subs, just looking to see how I could purge myself of these VHS tapes. Maybe find a place to sell them.
Can't you just take him to Goodwill?
I can, but I don't necessarily want to support Goodwill.
What's wrong with Goodwill? I don't know.
I don't know, and they're probably not great, but
I don't know. Are they bad? I didn't know they were bad. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, they probably are, but I'll just run with that assumption that they are. And if somebody will correct me, then in any event,
What did they do to you? How did Goodwill hurt you, Nick?
well, it goes back to childhood when I was living that thrift store lifestyle of,
I get it.
you know,
I get
the late '80s weren't great to all of us, mid to late '80s anyway. In any event, so Reddit and a couple of people pointed me to a couple of different directions, and so there's a couple of little boxes in front of these houses where it basically works like a the give a penny take a penny tray,
Oh yeah,
but
right.
with
yeah.
movies.
Well, they do it
so
with
there's-
books too. Have you seen
Okay.
the book ones? No. Okay.
I have not. I mean, I'm kind of new to this idea, but
Okay.
so there's Little Free, and they both have Instagram pages, by the way. Little Free Blockbuster. This one's in Milwaukee. It's
That's wild. That's funny.
yeah, it's just basically a box, and I went to drop off some movie, and so I've got a ton of VHS, and there wasn't a lot of room, so I kind of had to be picky about what I put in the box. But I mean, it's a small little 2-shelf box. The Little Free Blockbuster. Anyway, it's you basically, if people can come up, grab a movie out of there if they want to go watch it. People can throw some movies in there, and kind of works on, like I just said, the give a penny take a penny sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So Little Free Blockbuster, they're on Instagram. I can't quite get their page up because I don't have Instagram.
That's fine.
But if you do a Google search, it'll also give you the address in Milwaukee. But the other one is Be Kind VHS Depot. This one's in Southeast Portland, Southeast 45th and Center, just a little south of Powell. Kind of the same idea, except I believe they strictly do VHS. But that was the other one I ventured to try and drop off some tapes. I'm still stuck with a bunch of tapes because I went there and they were both pretty well full, but I mean, I'm probably going to be making some regular rounds until I'm finally done with all these VHS tapes. But I just wanted to throw them some love so that other people can go there, pick up some movies, make some room for me to drop off my crap.
This is okay. So I want to kind of talk about this a little bit more, but I'm gonna mansplain this to you a bit.
Okay.
So this is
Is there
funny.
something I'm getting wrong? Or?
No, you're 100% right. This is funny that this is where this has gone. So this whole idea, this whole like kind of concept started with libraries. So people
Right.
would build these little neighborhood libraries that you could come, put a book in, take a book. Like little community libraries, doesn't cost anything. You'll see them in front of people's houses. If we walk in my neighborhood, there's like, I can run you past 2 or 3 of them where you can just, they have a bunch of books in there. You come in, you take a book. You don't even have to give a book. You just take a book. And I think it's wild that it has gone to the direction of like now, like, because I didn't know that they were doing with like fucking movies now, but like this whole concept is like, but I mean, I imagine you have an HOA, so they wouldn't allow you to build something like this. But like outside of my front house, I could like build a little like, it just dawned on me that I could make a little like VHS or DVD box, and like people could come and take and give. Like, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
that
and
just
you could
dawned
set up
on
a
me.
whole social media page
Yeah,
too.
and I could do this whole thing around it, but I don't even need to do that really. But and you'd probably run into people that would just come in and then like, I mean, honestly, you could be like, maybe someone would just take them all, just steal. I was like, okay,
Yeah, whatever.
okay,
Well,
whatever.
it's not stealing because
Right, exactly. I'm giving it away anyway. But like,
that's kind of what I'm doing. It's like, I mean, in a sense, I'm essentially using it as a dumping ground.
But that's what's almost too bad is that you have an HOA, so they probably wouldn't allow you to build something like that in your front yard.
I mean, I'd be too far away for the masses anyway. So I mean, that's
Yeah, but
kind
like
of
even
a
in your
double
neighborhood,
strike,
people
but,
could be like, okay.
Yeah,
It's not
maybe,
even. It's
but-
not even so much that it's like for the book stuff. It's not about like people just they're walking by. It's like, oh, I'll take a book. All right. It's like it's just a community thing. It's not about going out of your way. Like you could, I don't know, you could probably fund one in Milwaukee or in Canby if you wanted to, or somehow like, hey, can we build one of these? I don't know, but that's a lot of extra work. But I'm just saying, like, I think it's funny that it's gone to this other level where it was just this kind of book thing, and now like, oh, VHS and DVD movies or whatever. It's like there's probably music ones out there too. I don't know. It's like it seems like
Yeah, that'd be fun.
that's funny. That's
Definitely
funny.
music, but no, I
Like
mean,
old CDs and cassettes. That'd be funny.
I'm not willing to part with any of my CDs or cassettes, but I mean,
No, I know, but I mean, some people are.
yeah.
So I mean, even I'm considering getting rid of my CDs, but I don't know.
Mm.
Well, because music storage has gotten so cheap, and instead of like turning everything to MP3s, but like turning it all to actual like high quality waves, I've like maybe if I just bought a terabyte drive and put all my CD collection on a terabyte drive, I'd be okay with that and get rid of all my CDs.
I mean, that's kind of something that I was trying to do 15 years ago with my terabyte drive. Like taking a lot of my CDs, converting them into MP3s, and just throwing them onto a drive. But I think the little bit of backlash, especially trying to go back into physical media, is the fact that a lot of these companies that are like offering these digital only streaming services, the rub is that, oh, hey, we can take this away from you at any time.
Oh, sure.
And
Sure.
I think that's partly fueling the whole resurgence of physical media.
I think sure, and I think so. I guess my thing is like as I get old and I start collecting vinyl, there's albums I'd like to get on vinyl that I already own on CD,
Right.
but like
I mean,
I don't
that's
use this. I don't use the CD,
Right.
and I'd probably listen to it on vinyl if I had it. So like part of me is like, well, why not capture them all, convert them on digital, so I just have it on my drive, and then sell the CDs. And then if I want to get that on vinyl again, I'll do it. Or not. I have it still digitally. Because I don't actually use Spotify. I don't actually listen to a lot of streaming music. I'll like listen to on YouTube once in a while. I'll pull up a song. But most of my music listening to nowadays is really on vinyl. Like so, or in the car. I mean, I do use CD player in the Toyota. But whatever. It's just weird right now, man. It's a weird place. I don't know. Couch.
I don't know where I land. I'm all over the place.
Couch co-optional. Where am I on this?
Yeah.
So
sorry, mine took up a bunch of time.
no, I enjoyed the conversation. It was great.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I foolishly carried the 1,000-pound shit-sung 50-inch television out to my garage by myself, and I tweaked my back or my shoulder muscle. Should have just waited for the wife to help me carry it out, but nope, stupid Ian. Thankfully, I have this cool hot pack thing. It's just a heat pack. You have the little gel thing you put in the microwave, heat it. It goes in this pouch, and it has a strap. So then I can apply it to my shoulder, and then strap it to myself. It is the most useful thing. It's like yesterday I strained it. I've been just some Advil yesterday, and I've been heating it, and then tonight I've just been putting the heat on it. It's feeling so much better already. I can't. It's very weird how like simple things cure aches and pains, and this one, it's like I don't know. I love this thing. It's dumb. This brand, I don't know, what is this? Caldera? I don't know. There's probably other brands. It doesn't really matter. I'm not trying to push a brand, but I'm just saying the strappy heat pack, super useful.
So is it heat and cool pack?
Yeah, you could freeze it too. You could put it in the freezer. It could do icy, but yeah, 100%. Like if you like rolled your ankle and you needed to raise it up and ice it, you could freeze it, put it on your ankle, wrap it, and then it'll strap on so it won't move. It's great. It's a wonderful device.
Ian and his strap-ons.
Yeah, exactly. Ian and his strap-ons, 100%. So that is my because today was just me heating my shoulder and playing video games all day, basically, is what we did today. And it's the muscle's already feeling a lot better. It's great. So
no pills.
Well, I took some pills yesterday. I took some painkillers yesterday initially because it was like, oh my God.
Well, that's not a good commercial for this device.
Well, today it is. I didn't do any pills today. Nothing but heating, and it's good. I'm like I can move. I can do stuff. It's great. It's wonderful. I love it. I tried not to do pills as much as possible. I'm like an anti-painkiller guy. Britain's always like, why don't you just fucking take... It's like, no.
Fuck them pills.
Fuck them pills, man. Anyway, so I guess that's it. I mean, you don't have any trivia, do you?
I
do not. What? Here's a trivia question. What mindset is Jared in right now?
He should be asleep because there was a message I sent him that he said he's there. He made it. It was about, I think they made it at like 6 o'clock. Tell him to get his ass to bed, get some rest, because the next 4 days of just straight walking are just going to be just...
and wrangling kids.
Brutal. Yes. But yeah, plus a kid wrangling bonus. Yeah. Get your ass to bed, get the rest when you can. Because, yeah, I think I told him last week when we were talking to him, like... Just Brandy and I, we easily put 10 miles a day just walking.
Oh, yeah. Especially in a park where you're just walking anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, and yeah, we were like, when we got back to the house, we were just pretty well spent. Because our legs were sore, and it was just, there was not a lot of time from when we decided to lay down to when we fell asleep. It was just like we were pretty much out like almost instantly.
I mean, it's funny, like, I mean, obviously Dave and I were kind of trolling him with the National Lampoon stuff.
Yeah.
Only because he was so kind of being negative about the trip. I mean, I think he'll have fun. He should have fun. I mean, you only take
Maybe
your
I
kids.
didn't catch that. When was he being negative?
He was like, he was like, I'm not looking forward to it.
Why not?
He was just being very kind of negative about it. I guess you didn't. Catch
I'm excited for him to be there.
Yeah, he's like not super excited. He's not. He doesn't want like. He's not like that. He's a little different. So he's like, he didn't really want to do the trip. Anyway, he's fine. He'll have fun.
Dude,
I'm
only take your kids for his daughters to be there.
You only take your kids to Disneyland for the first time, one time. You know.
Yeah. Oh man.
But he's.
I'm sorry,
anyway.
I missed this.
Oh yeah, I think there's a conversation where you were working, so you weren't on the couch co-op. But he was like, he wasn't initially really looking forward to this. He's like, it's Elisa really wanted to do it, so he's doing it. But he's like, and he's gonna go along with it, but it's not something that he's super excited about. So there's been some trolling with Dave and I with the National Lampoon stuff. So that's kind of what was going on there. But I don't know. I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll enjoy it. But I think it's funny.
Oh man, I feel bad now.
No, he's gonna be fine. But I'm looking forward to the stories. It's not a thing. Not only that, but it's going to be expensive. And if anything, Jared hates spending money.
One thing,
Jared hates spending money. He's
yeah, that part I understand. But oh man, I don't know. It's just like, I guess if I were to have kids, it's like for example, like my sister and her husband and my niece, they are heading to Japan right now. And they're going to go to, and they're going to, like, this is going to be my niece's first time to Disneyland, and she's going to be in Disneyland Japan.
That's wild.
Yeah, and I'm kind of super excited for her to experience that. I don't know what Disneyland Japan is going to be like, but I mean, it was there was a point.
Dude, Japan is like fucking Disneyland. Of all the places on the planet, if you were to land in a spaceship, it would be like that place is different than everywhere else.
Right.
Like you're on another planet when you go to Japan. Anyway.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, I would think.
But no, it's like, I'm excited. Like, I even wanted to like have her like tag along, like when we went to Disneyland back in December. It was like, hey, does anybody else want to tag along? I mean, sister, brother-in-law, like, do you want to bring the niece? I mean, this would be fun. I mean, I don't know.
We didn't get the invite. How come we didn't get the invite?
You don't have kids. Fuck you.
Jeez. No love.
I mean,
no love.
No, this is just more of a.
No, I know.
I don't know. It would be kind of something just to see like a kid to experience it for the first time. And I mean, that was kind of the appeal for me to like take Brandy, because she had like built it up so much in her mind.
Did it live up to it for her? Like, did she enjoy it as much as, or no?
Yes and no. Just, I mean, it had nothing to do with Disneyland itself, just more the things that were going on in our lives that kind of like just
hard to separate.
Kind of soften, yeah. Our dog and her condition, that just, I mean, and I could totally tell that it was like she couldn't like fully let go of that to enjoy what she was dealing with, which kind of made me feel a little bad. But I mean, at the same time, I understood. But I mean, it did make me feel good, like later on when she's like, we need to go back because there's stuff that we missed.
That's good.
So on one part, it's like, okay, well, I feel like it wasn't like a
better
waste.
than Vancouver.
Yeah.
Classic Ian asshole. I don't know. I don't know if I'd
mean,
ever go back to Disneyland. I mean, I went when I was a kid, enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know if I need it, but I know there's people that love that shit, and that's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. One of the places I deliver to, they're like, just they were telling me about like they would go multiple times a year and tell me about little secrets that just aren't available to the public, like little secret places to go. It's even
It's
like I
almost.
never knew this.
Oh, go ahead.
So how old were you when you went?
Hmm.
Or
I was in third grade,
actually,
so what?
so I should really ask: was Star Tours a ride when you went?
I think Star Tours was a ride, but we did not. I don't think we went on that. I don't think we
Okay.
did that ride. But yeah, because Star Tours is what 89, 90?
Somewhere in there. I mean, it was there when I went there both of my times when I was a kid, and I rode it both times.
I think it
But
was.
but the people that I was talking about just a second ago, they're the ones that told me that Star Tours has like multiple different versions of that ride,
Huh.
and that kind of blew my mind. It's like, fuck. I mean, we didn't even ride it at all when I went with Brandy, and just the fact that I could have gone in multiple times and had a different experience each time, that I was just kind of like, well, that was a bummer. I missed out on that, but I don't know. Just anyway, it was just things like that.
It's really also, I think nowadays, I feel like back in the day when I was a kid, Disneyland was a kid thing. Nowadays, it's like it's an adult thing that you take kids to, but adults, like there's like a real big like
I mean, there's
contingency of like it being an adult thing. I know there's both. Yes, 100% there's both. But like back when we were kids, I don't feel like the adults cared about Disneyland as much as now the adults care about Disneyland. You know, like adults will go to Disneyland without kids, like you guys did.
Yeah.
I don't think they were doing that back in the 90s or late 80s. I don't think there's a lot of that.
Kind of adapting to the market as the kids kind of grew up and still
the kids grow up in that all that Disney shit, and then you're just kind of obsessed with it. Or you're a kid that went to Disneyland once, or you never got to go to Disneyland, so you're obsessed with going. So like, there's like this whole other.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a weirder. It's a different. Plus, there's amusement parks in general are just such a bigger thing now. Like it's a big deal. I don't know. That's my kind of weirdly bizarre observation that I think of, but it may not be true.
No, I think there's something to it.
And we're still recording, so like, what the fuck?
Oh shit!
Actually, yeah, we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah,
because now we're just bullshitting. Actually, I did have a question that pertains to the show, because I've been talking about like maybe expanding or changing a show here or there. I think we would still do the main format like every other week. But would there be topics that you'd be interested in talking about that aren't video game related, or I don't know. Like, are there anything that interests you, or?
I mean, I guess it would just depend on what the topic is. I mean,
no, but like just are there things that just interest you that you would want to talk about? Like I don't know, anything.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. Like like
life, mental health,
kind of like a general
shooting,
bullshit
cars,
like just a
anything.
General bullshit show, like where we
just
we talk about what's on our mind, or maybe like I mentioned. I think I mentioned Jared's Disneyland trip, which I think could have spawned like kind of like a fun conversation, like we were just kind of having.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like as some of us don't spend you don't spend a lot of time playing video games or like playing new video games, or you're busy with your life, so you don't get to. You would like to play video games, but you're not. Aaron is a parent. He only has like the one game he's really playing. Dave is kind of stepping back. Only really Jared and I are really the guys that are playing new stuff consistently, but it makes it hard. but also as I find as I get older, and I still listen to podcasts, but as I listen to them, I find that I'm getting tired of it, and it's like, are people?
Well, what kind of podcasts are you listening to?
I listen to all kinds of podcasts. I listen to F1 podcasts. I listen to movie podcasts, game podcasts. I listen to celebrity interview podcasts. I listen to music. I listen to all kinds of. I try all kinds of different things, but I find that I don't know. Some of it comes across really fake sometimes, and some of it's just like
faked or forced or
yeah. And I don't want to force you guys to talk about video games when you guys don't really have that content. And so I'm trying to think of ways to, like the Disney conversation, is there, we can still do a video game podcast, every other week or so, but like maybe we start changing the format a little bit where we just kind of sit around and bullshit about whatever's going on. So I just I want, but no one really seems to want to share input. But anyway, it's fine. I'm asking you directly.
I mean,
what do you think?
I mean, I think part of it is it's kind of a broad ask. So I think maybe there's probably not input because people don't know. Like,
yeah.
Well, they don't know what exactly what you're looking for.
I don't know what I'm looking for though. That's the problem. I'm just asking for spitballs, brainstorming. Maybe we should have an episode where we just brainstorm. Like we literally just record and say I don't know what the show should be. What do you guys think?
Do we just talk about our personal plans? I mean, are we interesting enough with what we're doing outside of video games that
I don't know.
It would
maybe not.
It would warrant a conversation.
I think there's also a level,
for example, well, I was going to say I just brought this up, but I mean, Jared's trip to Disney, I think probably would warrant at least something of a decent conversation in the fact where it's granted it's only been you and me, but I mean it would be interesting to see what Dave or Aaron had to say about Disney, if they've ever been to Disneyland at all, or especially with them both being parents, are their kids interested in Disneyland at all? Or at least with Aaron, is there a thought of eventually planning a trip to Disneyland for
maybe this is a good idea. Maybe when Jared gets back and he's done it, maybe we do a Disneyland episode, and then we kind of lay out everything we've kind of talked about here, kind of Jared's initial feelings going into the trip, and then what his experience was like, and then what Dave and Aaron, what they, and then what, and then maybe we can help, share our thoughts on what, if you're looking to go to Disneyland or whatever, that could be, it's a different thing, but it's fun. It could be funny. We get drunk and talk about it.
Yeah. And, I thought it was still kind of fun. Even before he left on the trip, when we were talking about it, it's since I had just recently gone, it was I was also able to, I don't know how,
but share your knowledge.
Basically share my recent knowledge of what I just experienced, and
right,
maybe point the ship to something that might pique more the interest of him and his family for what they want, or just kind of be mindful of what they may have to experience. But it'll also be fun to hear kind of a post Disney wrap up too from him.
I think, but that's,
especially since he's driving.
Aside from the Disney stuff, that's kind of I just feel like is there a way for us to all talk in a more kind of informed way than just me trying to force video game shit out of you guys' mouths? So it's that's kind of what I'm trying to get to a place where we can all feel like we still have more important things to talk about on this podcast, and it doesn't necessarily need to be. We'll still always be about video games, and that's fine. But we could probably talk about some other shit. And we're adults. We're grown ups. I don't know. And
maybe we could do something simple, stupid, I don't know if it'd be a whole episode, but just I'm using this as an example. Maybe we could talk about something kind of related, like how is our home set up? Like
Oh, sure.
maybe
Yeah.
just like you told me about Mocha, and then I kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and it's like, well, I don't have cable. I'm not using, like, my internet does not come from a cable company. It comes from a telecom company,
Right.
but my house is wired for cable, so it's like, oh wow, I have like a whole like my house is essentially pre-wired
Right.
for Ethernet, or not Ethernet, but you know what I mean. It's like I could do like a whole
Through
house of
your
through
coax.
Mocha. Yeah,
Right.
I don't know.
There's a lot
maybe
of
even something like that.
yeah.
I mean, maybe
I feel
that's
like
a little
these
dry,
lists,
but
like, well, no, it's not that dry. What I'm saying is, no, I 100% believe this. I think that's a good idea. Like, or whatever the tech. There's also like there's a lot of that kind of stuff. You know, like I guess I'm just trying to find a way that I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, we've been doing this for so long, and I just feel like if we keep doing this, it's like how many top 3 lists of just the most mundane shit that no one cares about is really that relevant?
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's fun, it's kind of cool, but it's like, is it really that? Like, we could be
I don't
talking
know.
about something a little bit more interesting and maybe a little bit more helpful. I don't know,
Well,
or
yeah,
not.
like the Mocha thing.
It doesn't have to be, but maybe it is. I don't know. These are all things. I'm just running through my head. And you know what? We'll still do the video game stuff, so we'll still do those top 3 things. I'm just saying, you know, there's 4 weeks in a month. We could do 2 video game episodes and 2 kind of random other episodes. You know. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, things happen to people. Like it. You
talk
know.
about cars. We talk about The Gambler. We talk about F1. We talk about beer. We could do more beer stuff. We could do less beer stuff. We could do wine. We could do food. We could do grilling. We could do mental health. I think mental health would be maybe useful if
Aaron?
people were open to talk about it. I'd be open to talk about it. You know, there's a lot of
I mean,
health stuff. You know, I feel like I don't know if I'm ever going to engage with that, but Dave cycling. You know, talk about cycling, Dave. Anyway,
yeah.
I don't know.
What
There's a
trips
lot of stuff.
has he been on?
We've been talking for 2 hours, Nick. We should probably wrap this
Oh
podcast
Jesus! I didn't realize.
up. So
How did 2 people make that last so long?
we had a lot to say. We drank a lot of beer.
I guess so.
It's that 10.2% grains of wrath or whatever it was. 10.1.
I guess it was.
Uh,
Just the words are just spilling out of me.
Well, Nick DeWin, I want to thank you for joining me here on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
We are the Couch Co-op, Couch Co-op, Couch Co-op. We are the video game podcast. We also do a beer podcast. We do a lot of podcastings. We've been podcasting for a long time. You can find our quality content on all the major platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Audible. You can find the video versions on youtube.com/milkmanpictures. And hit us up if you want to talk to us. You know, if you have opinions what our show should be about, I'd love to hear what you guys think our show should be about.
I mean, this almost felt like a hybrid.
Yeah, this is kind of what I wanted to do. This is kind of what I was just like, let's just fuck with it tonight. Let's just fuck it up. And it was fun. It was a good show, Nick. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I did not think we'd go 2 hours, but that's what we did. So a lot of fun. Anyway, for Couch Co-op, I mean, reminding you to please be excellent to each other.